Good day, I trust you enjoyed video 1. We have video 2 of trigonometric functions. We're looking at the cos graph in this video, so trust that you will enjoy what is prepared. So we start off with the cos graph in the interval of negative 360 to positive 360. So where does the cos graph start? It starts at 1 and it finishes at 1 when it gets to 360 degrees. So the period for a complete cos graph is 360 degrees. So if it starts at negative 360, starts at 1, continues, goes back to 1, and goes to negative 1, and proceeds to positive 1. So what happens to this graph if we say 2 cos of x? All the values of y is double. Everything is double. So where my graph was 1, it is now 2. And where my graph was negative 1, it's now negative 2. Everything, all the values of y is double. The following graph is cos of 2x. Now the period is 2 times. So there's 2 complete cos graphs in an interval of 360 degrees. So how does this impact my graph? I will have 2 complete cos graphs in an interval of 360 degrees. Our next graph is then cos of x minus 2. So for this we see that all the values is 2 less than the previous answer. Everything is 2 less when we work with cos of x minus 2. Our next graph we will look at is cos of x minus 30 degrees. So we see that the graph shifts 30 degrees to the... So if we look at 0 degrees, cos of 0 degrees would be 1. But because it is now 30 degrees to the right, cos of 30 degrees will now be 1. And why is that the case? 30 minus 30 will be cos of 0 degrees. And the value of cos of 0 degrees was 1, and therefore we will plot the 1 at that point. Everything shifts 30 degrees to the right. Likewise, we get to cos of x plus 30. This one will now shift 30 degrees to the left because everything happens 30 degrees earlier. Because I'm adding 30 degrees to whatever the angle is, it happens 30 degrees earlier. For example, if I'm at negative 30, I'm adding 30, so it will have the same value as cos of 0 degrees, which is 1. X minus 90. First thing that I need to understand, cos of x is a positive angle, it will be in the first quadrant, then minus it will go to the fourth quadrant, so the angle is in the fourth quadrant. Cos in the fourth quadrant is positive. So the name, because it is x minus 90, needs to change to sine. So what happens now? The sine graph is a positive graph. That is the information that I have. Last but not least, when we work with the cos of negative x graph, cos of negative x in the fourth quadrant, cos is positive. Therefore, the graph remains exactly the same. Right, in conclusion, we've got the last one. Negative x minus 90. So if you go from the fourth quadrant, which is negative x, minus 90, it will take you to the third quadrant. So that means that you will work with cos of a negative will have a negative value, and because it's x minus 90, the name must change to sine, so it will be a negative sine graph. So the graph will take the shape of a negative sine graph. So let's see, negative sine graph, a negative sine graph from 360 degrees. Well done, thank you for watching. I trust that the explanation served you well. For help or assistance with mathematics, feel free to get in touch with me. My cell number is 082 455 8889. Email is vcre@live.co.za. Online tutoring sessions are available. My affiliations are with AK Snapshots as well as Facebook Online Lessons Mathematics. Thank you for your viewing and thank you for liking, subscribing and sharing.